Hi guys, sorry for that interruption of data. Let's try again with a pre-recording that I can upload. So I'm just going to basically recap on what I've said on the recording because I want everything to be on one video. So we have our metal items, and the prep that we're going to learn today you can use on any metal or steel surface. So first of all, you need to clean. So you'll have your degreasing cleaner and your scouring pad or your dish scrubber. This will be very handy because it will actually scrub off the rust without having to sand too much. The one that you buy from the hardware store is much more coarser. It's much coarser than the dish one, so you have to sand a bit more with this one. But yeah, and you need 100 grit sandpaper. You don't need too rough a sandpaper. I wouldn't go further than 80 or 60 depending on the rust that you have. You really need to have very coarse rust to go to a 60 grit sanding paper. So this one I've now prepped on the live. Didn't know that I was disconnected, so I hope you saw that. But I will start with this one now. So it's recommended that you paint a primer on steel where rust is visible. So these ones are definitely rusted. They've been sitting outside in the weather, rain, storms, whatever, with plants inside. So I would start by cleaning this. Now my soap of choice for this product is BioClean from Banner Bright. So it's that one. It is a very nice soap because it actually stays active on your surface. So you'll apply it by spraying it on your surface. And then from there, I just take a scrubber or a toothbrush and just activate the soap. So by scrubbing it just a little bit, it actually activates it and it starts removing the rust for you. So you don't have to do too much of the work yourself. Now, toothbrush works nicely because you can get into all the crevices and spots that's hard to reach. So as soon as you've activated the soap, you can just let it stand so that it can do its magic. From there, I would let it stand for a little bit. After we've cleaned, we will apply a primer. Now, I use Ultra Prime or the Zinsser Bullseye 123 primer. You can also use any other rust primer that's on the market. The reason for this is water-based paint actually activates rust, just like water activates rust. So if you apply just a thin layer of paint, it will actually start coming through the paint with rust pins that's coming through. So I hope you can see on this one, it's starting to turn brown on certain areas. Now that is where the rust is coming through. So this is one coat of primer. I will apply another 1 or 2 coats of primer to this to ensure that that rust has been blocked completely. It is always advisable to remove as much rust as you can. On this one that I've prepped on the live, you can already see the pins of the rust coming through the primer, so I will have to apply another coat of primer here. So today I'm using Ultra Prime. So now I'm just going to apply over the whole surface a nice even coat. Don't try and apply it too thickly. Rather apply more coats than what you want to apply one thick coat. And I always advise to apply your coats perpendicular to each other. So if your first coat is horizontal, your second coat will be vertical. That will just ensure that you cover every area of your surface. You will see I'm still applying very thin coats. I don't want it to be thick on my item. Just cleaning up the edges so there's no drips. And then I'll set that aside to dry. Okay, now I've left this one to do its magic, so I'll take my Scotch-Brite pad and I'll just start sanding. And you will actually see that it is removing most of the dust. You will see your Scotch-Brite pad is turning brown. Okay, the smaller your area is, the harder it will be to clean. So it is important to be patient, go into all the little crevices and make sure you clean your item well. So if you remember, that is what it looked like before I applied the soap. And now after, I'm not finished completely, I still have a few areas. But if I wipe it off, you can see how much of the rust and the residue, oops, clumsy hands, I've removed so far. So when I've wiped away the soap, I can see, okay, there's still a few areas that needs to be touched. And then I go into the corners. That's the nice thing about your Scotch-Brite pad, is you can actually get into hard to reach areas. Then I will take my sandpaper and get to the areas that I couldn't reach with my Scotch-Brite pad. I will do this especially where the joints are. So now I would just like to remove the residue of the soap. It's always advisable to remove the residue. This will also remove the last bit of rust. And there you go. A super clean, all the rust has been removed, smooth surface. Okay, if you compare it to what it looked like before. Okay, so this one I didn't do as much prep as the one that I showed you now, so I actually left some of the rust crust on here to do a little bit of a chipped antique look. So this is one coat of primer on here, and you will see how the rust is coming through, so I will apply another coat of primer on this one. Wiggle your brush when you apply the primer to make sure that you get into all the crevices. So you want it to go deep into your cracks and joints, because that's the first place where your item will start rusting again. So I wiggle it in there. Okay, now that my second coat has been applied, I will set that aside to dry. Okay, this one has not dried nicely. You will see most of the rust is gone. When it's dried out, I usually just check if there's any areas that actually chipped or has more loose residue, and I'll just sand those areas. Okay, so when you're done with your priming and you see there's no loose areas, there's no rust bleeding through, it is time to paint your item. Now, I always just apply one coat of armor before I start painting, just to make sure that I have covered every single spot. It's so important not to rush your items, so you have to make sure that you've covered the whole area. So for the sake of this video and not making the waiting times too long, I will just start with my coat of paint. So I will be using vanilla cream today. And a small brush, because this is quite a small item. And then I literally just apply my paint. Also make sure you don't take too thick or too much paint, because then it will fill your detail on your area. I always recommend waiting overnight between coats and also applying a minimum of 2 coats of paint. Your first coat must never be a very thick coat, it must be a very thin coat, and your second coat will be your cover coat that actually just covers the whole area. If you're painting larger items, I do advise keeping a water spray bottle handy just to keep your brush damp while you're painting. That will just help your paint spread further and not dry as quickly. But small items like this, no need to add water, especially if you've got rusted items. You want to use as little water as possible, and you just apply your paint. Okay, so that is basically just applying a coat of paint. I'm not going to cover the entire area now just to save some time. But the basic technique that we want to achieve is like this one that's standing here. I will be applying some chocolate cake just here and there to create some antique areas that looks like or seems like it's become a little bit dirty over age or weathered over age or over time. And then I will be finishing these ones and sending you some images later. I will post them on the group, but please subscribe to my newsletter so I can send these notes to you. exactly step by step how to paint steel. I'm sorry for the data interruption today, so I can't answer your questions, but I will be hosting a live Zoom Q&A for this workshop and also the other workshops that I've hosted, so that you can ask me one-on-one what questions you have and how to prep your projects. I hope I've taught you something, and yeah, a quick recap: rinse, wash with your degreasing soap, scrub it down, sand where needed, and rinse your soap off again. Apply 2 coats of rust primer or something like Ultra Prime or Zinsser and let it dry overnight between coats. From there you can start with your techniques and always finish it off with a nice double coat of armor. Thank you, you guys. Bye bye.